Hi, I am ready to show you how to finish your bag for your monthly bowl club. So you've done your stitching on your project. It's centered here, and now you're ready to put your bag together. So you will go right sides together, match up your seams here, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam down this edge. And I do back stitch at the beginning. Okay, so now I've got a 1/4 inch seam here. And if you open that up and finger press your seam open, if I can do that, and so that your seam is down the center. Now you can measure it, I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm going to now sew a 1/4 inch seam along the bottom. Okay, there's my 1/4 inch seam here along this bottom edge. And then this is where hopefully this video will make a little more sense than the diagrams in the pattern. You are going to open this up so that you've got a triangle here along this bottom edge. Okay, so we're not centered anymore. Now we're back out, we're back flat and opening this up. So from the tip of this point here in 1/2 inch, you want to measure and mark a line. I like to use my ruler that has this 45-degree angle mark here, because then I just put that, along this edge. I've come in 1/2 inch. I'm going to come over here so you can, yeah, maybe we'll do it this way so that then, okay, so this is 45-degree angle as well. Here's my 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to just draw a line. And now I'm going to pin that and sew along that drawn line. So now I've got my seam here. I'm going to remove my pin and repeat the process on this opposite corner. So you can see my seam here goes down the center. I've got my points, and so again, 1/2 inch from this point in is where I'm going to draw my line. And you can just eyeball it, or you can use a ruler. I've got my 45-degree line here. There's the 1/2 inch mark, and there's the tip of my bag. And I just draw a line. There's my next line to sew on. Okay, so they're both sewn. I do not clip and trim away this excess. You can if you like, but you're now ready to turn your bag right side out. Turn it right side out, press out your corners, and now you've got that flat bottom of your bag here. And so you're ready to do the next step. So if I had my stitching in here and such, I would go and press my project so it wasn't all bumpy. And then you'll take your needle and thread. I use just 6 strands of embroidery floss to do this part. Just thread my needle, have a knot at one end, and I start at the seam and I'm just going to take a little running stitch just up from that seam. Whoops, looks like one of my threads didn't come through. So maybe I only have 5 strands, I don't know. Anyway, this is, I'm not going to worry about it for this demonstration, but if I was at home, I would go and fix that. But so just doing a little running stitch, they don't have to be tight together because you are just going to loosely gather this. Now I would fill my bag. So I like to put in the bottom some crushed walnut shells or rice or something about up to here, just to give it some weight in the bottom so that it stands up nicely in your bowl. And then fill it with fiberfill, your stuffing. And then when you're ready, you just cinch that in a little bit. And I don't do it super tight. I just do a little bit to gather it in. Obviously this would be stuffed, and then I would just tie a knot in my thread, trim my ends, and now it's ready for you to put your greenery in and attach your other ribbon that is included in your kit. I like to tie my bow, set it off to the side so I'm happy with it, and then stitch my bow in place. Or you can glue it if you want. And then after my bow is in place and I'm happy with it, then I take my charm and I add my charm so that it hangs like I want it from that bow. So that's it. I hope that makes it easy for you to finish your project. And this same process will be handled for all of the bags in your bowl club.